Perfect. So good morning, good day, and good evening from wherever you are tuned in to our weekly session on the Move to Cloud webinar series. Today it's all about the end of mainstream maintenance. I suppose most of you heard about it. We will today hear what's new, what are some updates, and what you need to consider. Today in the call, I have Christian Müller and Thilo Kehrer. As always, please enter your questions that you have during the webinar in the Q&A box, which you find in the bottom, more on the right side. And we will either answer it during the session by Thilo or after the session is over by Christian and Thilo. Okay, and with that, I'm handing it over to Christian.
Okay, thank you, Grenard. So welcome everybody to the session End of Mainstream Maintenance. I'm talking about the maintenance strategy, and the focus today is on the Business Suite 7 mainstream maintenance and the maintenance strategy of Business Suite 7. However, I will also talk about, I have some excursions briefly towards S/4HANA, and there are a couple of other options customers might have during the maintenance phases, and some options how they can extend the maintenance phases if they need a little bit more time to do the transformation. So again, focus is on the end of mainstream maintenance for the Business Suite with smaller or few excursions towards surrounding support offerings, and also a little bit about S/4HANA. Okay, let me start. So that's my person, as you know, who I'm talking to. You today, I'm in Global Customer Evolution, and Customer Evolution is an organization that is supporting our installed base customers, and we are focused on the things like extended maintenance, which is of course part of our on-prem environment, but we also offer additional services to help customers to move from the old ERP world towards S/4HANA and to the cloud solutions. So Business Suite 7 maintenance phases in transformation. As you know, we have different maintenance phases, and I come to more details what the different maintenance phases include and services for customers. And these phases are supporting the different steps of customers during the transformation. So usually customers' main systems are under mainstream maintenance, and it's very important that we do not talk about maintenance just in general, but mainstream maintenance. But we have different levels of support, and there's a support message or strategy that SAP supports never ends, because we have different phases, and even if a product is not under mainstream maintenance anymore, we offer either customer-specific maintenance or extended maintenance. So as you can see here in the timelines below, we have different end dates to consider, and I come to the more details in one of the next slides. What is also important here on that slide, I have included some important notes and links. First of all, there are two notes to 52505 and the 288-1788. These notes are describing the customer-specific maintenance and the maintenance strategy. What are the differences between mainstream maintenance, customer-specific, and so forth, with a lot of additional links that help customers to get more information about the maintenance strategy. Customers in transformation from ERP or Business Suite towards S/4HANA, they have kind of a transformation phase. And if they cannot make it on time before mainstream maintenance ends, then they have the option to go into extended maintenance. And of course, the final goal should be that customers can use our SAP innovation from our SAP Cloud Business Suite products. So don't mix up SAP Cloud Business Suite with the Business Suite 7. I know we have sometimes a little bit confusion in our wording, but Business Suite is now the name for our cloud flagship, for our cloud solution. So coming from Business Suite 7 to the Cloud Business Suite is supported by different kind of maintenance offerings. And what does it mean in terms from timeline, content, and so forth? You will get the information in one of the next slides. Okay, focusing on the Business Suite maintenance timelines. As I said, we have 3 different maintenance offerings. Usually customers with maintenance contract, they are under mainstream maintenance. That comes with legal change, support packages, all security packs and so forth. Customer have access to support global backbone, mission critical support if they have escalations. And if customers are on enterprise support, they also get a service level agreement. So this is a full-fledged support offering with all the updates, as you know it from your support contract and your support offerings you consider and you consume with SAP. Usually after mainstream maintenance follows what you see on the right side, the customer-specific maintenance. So once the product runs out of mainstream maintenance, usually it turns into customer-specific maintenance. That means as a restricted scope of maintenance, we do not provide updates anymore. We don't provide legal or text changes anymore. There is still access to security nodes. However, they might be restricted. There are no guaranteed updates for technological updates, like the kernel version. So if customers have to replace their operation system or changing the database, that have an impact into the kernel. It's not guaranteed that this always is covered by maintenance. And there are no service level agreements, of course, anymore. However, customers still can create tickets. And once this issue that arises is an already known one, customers will also get support. We provide also the existing nodes and all the remedies that are available to fix the system. So this is the so-called customer-specific maintenance. For some of our software releases, and in this case here also for the Business Suite 7, we sometimes offer so-called extended maintenance. That is more or less a bridge or extension of the mainstream maintenance. And this is an option. This is optional. So it's not automatically that customer turn from mainstream maintenance to extended maintenance. This means customers have to opt for it, and then they will get an additional addendum to the existing mainstream maintenance contract, and then they will get almost similar, the same scope of what they have today with mainstream maintenance. There might be some technical limitations because we also rely on third-party products. We rely on technology that might change over the next years where we have no influence. However, it's more or less similar from a content and service point of view, like mainstream maintenance. It also includes the support for third-party products that have been purchased or that are part of the Business Suite that have purchased. It does not include the database, but I will come to that in the next one of my next slides. So these are the 3 maintenance phases we are offering: mainstream maintenance, the full-fledged support offering. Customer-specific maintenance automatically comes after mainstream maintenance. Customers have to do nothing. It automatically turns into a customer-specific maintenance. And with some of our offerings, mainly here Business Suite 7, we now also offer so-called extended maintenance that will start in 2028. So there are a couple of restrictions that need to be considered, because as you can see here, when we talk about Business Suite or the ERP 6.0, they come with different enhancement packages. And for the Business Suite or for the ERP 6.0, enhancement pack 0 to 5, they already run out of mainstream maintenance by the end of this year, 2025. And subsequently, it's followed by customer-specific maintenance. Here, we do not offer an extended maintenance for the lower enhancement packs. So customers that are still on a lower enhancement pack either need to do an upgrade to a higher enhancement pack, mainly 6 to 8, and then they would automatically be under mainstream maintenance until the end of 2027. And then afterwards, they would have the options to opt in for extended maintenance for another 3 years until the end of 2030. So again, this is an option, and this is only available for customers on enhancement pack 6 to 8. When we talk about Business Suite, just as a side note, Business Suite also includes CRM, SRM, APO, and so forth. And the policy says that we always cover the latest 3 enhancement packs. So for CRM, for instance, we have only 4 enhancement packs. So that means with enhancement pack 2, 3, and 4, it will also run into, would be covered under mainstream maintenance until 2027. Also here for CRM, APO, and so forth, also with the option for extended maintenance if these products are under one of the latest 3 enhancement packs. So this is all mentioned here in the notes. Also here again, you can see the notes as a link here, and these notes are always updated, and here you can get all the information about this scenario. Also in this, when we share the slides afterwards, you can also get read to the blog post. There's a special blog post that is focused on this maintenance situation, extended maintenance, customer-specific maintenance, and so forth, where customers and partners and SAP employees exchange information. And with this blog post, you will always get the most recent updates and information, and you can also address questions and exchange information via this blog post. Regarding this Business Suite message, the official message, there's also a link to the press room. And if you don't want to wait until you get the slides with the link, you can also try this QR code. With this QR code, when you check with your phone, for instance, with your mobile phone, then you can also get direct access to the general information about the commitment that has been rolled out 2020 about our extended maintenance and what we are offering for customers in terms of our maintenance timelines. So this is the big picture. As I said before, the focus today is on mainstream or the maintenance for the Business Suite. However, we have a bunch of other solutions available that are very tied to the Business Suite or to SAP ERP, but we have also customers that are already on S/4HANA. And also here, we have some information we would like to share today. So again, I was talking about the upper line, ERP on-prem, with the different maintenance phases and the preconditions customers have to be on. And there's also an option that is called SAP ERP Private Cloud. This SAP ERP Private Cloud is so-called a lift and shift. So customers' ERP on-prem system is transformed, moved into a cloud environment. And in this cloud environment, the SAP ERP system is running as the old, similar to the on-prem world. It's not an S/4HANA system, it's still an SAP ERP system. Also here, we offer extended maintenance, and for customers that are in this ERP private cloud environment, extended maintenance is automatically included in the subscription. To make this message complete, there was also an announcement in summer this year about so-called SAP ERP Private Cloud Transition option. This is another option for customers that have a large, complex landscape that do not make or that are not able to make the transition into the SAP Cloud Business Suite by the end of 2030. Then they have the option to add this so-called transition option, which is a combined offering for customers that are already on an ERP private cloud environment to extend the engagement with SAP for another 3 years. I specifically do not say extend maintenance because it's much more. It includes the maintenance package, but it also includes additional services. And of course, it's part of a cloud environment. And this package is not finalized from a pricing perspective yet. And again, it will only be addressing larger customers with really complex landscape. We do not motivate customers really to wait until the very last day of 2030. We certainly do not encourage customers to go beyond 2030. However, it might be for one or the other customer kind of some pressure that they need to extend it beyond 2030, and then the transition option would be really the last path to go and keep the ERP environment in a cloud environment up and running until 2033. So coming down a little bit to the S/4HANA environment, as you know, S/4HANA is either an on-prem or in a private cloud or in a RISE environment. And for the S/4HANA releases, as you can see here, the 1709, 1809, and 1909 release, for those releases, we already offered extended maintenance. And if the customers were in a cloud environment, so had a RISE contract with this older releases, so extended maintenance was already included also in the subscription fee. Other customers could opt in for the extended maintenance, but end of 2025, so in 2 months from now, the latest release 1909 and all the others will run out of extended maintenance automatically in customer specific maintenance. If these customers still need more coverage from SAP, then also there's a solution available that is called Safekeeper. Safekeeper requires that the SAP S/4HANA system is in an cloud environment, in a cloud environment. And then we offer also a service package. It's not just an extension of the maintenance, it's a service package. And then we have actually 2 flavors. One is for customers that would like to do an upgrade. There are upgrade services included in this package. And for other customers that would like to do a greenfield approach, we offer so-called regression test environment that customers can also get the sandbox system and so forth and so on. I'm not focusing on this today, so that's it. Just will mention the Safekeeper option because it's currently also relevant for customers that are on an S/4HANA system that may run out of maintenance, either extended or for the 2020 release, the mainstream maintenance will also end 2025. Okay, this is so far for the Safekeeper or the case of Safekeeper. And as you can see, for the following releases that run out of maintenance next year, 26 or 27, we always offer this Safekeeper offering. And it's always for 27 months. Except for the Simple Finance 1503, 1603, there is also the option to run this for 48 months starting this year. There are a couple of reasons why this will be extended a little bit longer. But for the other S/4HANA releases, Safekeeper would be an option for additional 27 months. But this is a service engagement, not just an extension of maintenance. So on the lower bottom, on a lower level, you see some gray boxes and a gray text that's talking about compatibility scope used right. So this is also important to mention, even if it's not related to maintenance. I would like to highlight it because this is also timely matter right now. End of 2025, the compatibility scope use rights are running out. So just a brief excursion here. What are compatibility packs for customers on older S/4HANA releases? At the beginning, when we rolled out this S/4HANA releases, not all the functions that were available in ERP before were already available in S/4HANA, and therefore customers had the use rights to use this compatibility scope, so more or less ECC functions, on their S/4HANA environment. With the release 2020, more or less, or the most of the or 23, right? With the 23 releases, almost all of the functions were covered by S/4HANA. And there was contractually agreed with customers that if in 2025 they are not allowed to use the compatibility packs anymore, for some exceptions that are also defined in the contract, and there's also a note available about the compatibility packs. So important to mention, if customers, or if you're an S4 customers and you still use compatibility scope function. So please consider this, that at the end of 2025, the use right is running out. There are a couple of options where customers still can use the combo scope. I don't go into the details. If there are questions regarding compatibility scope, please reach out to your account executive or support employee from SAP or your main contact you have with SAP, and that they certainly would be able to help and give more information about the compatibility scope use rights. I just added it because it's right now an important topic as we are close to end of 2025 and one or the other customer might be affected. Okay, coming back to the extended maintenance for the business suite. Just one slide back. As you see here, timeline again, 2027, end of mainstream maintenance is running out. And subsequently, customers can opt in for extended maintenance starting 2028. So extended maintenance, this is just a summary out of the policy. I've just summarized all the important topics here, and let's go through it. So January 1st, 2028 would be the option to start with extended maintenance. So what it requires is, of course, a maintenance contract. Customers that have a regular contract, they can also opt in for the addendum and amendment on the existing contract. And for customers that are in a RISE environment, here the ERP Private Edition, they will get this automatically as part of their cloud agreement, and customers with a mainstream contract, they can opt in for extended maintenance. If they do not choose the extended maintenance, again, they automatically would run into customer-specific maintenance. So what is covered? The entire business suite, including the core application and the respective add-ons, are covered. The timing is it starts January 1st, 2028, and it can always be terminated on an annual basis with a 3-month notice period. So if a customer needs another year on extended maintenance, they can then sign the contract 27. It will be valid or start 2028. We deliver over the year, and if a customer finalizes or finishes the transformation away from the business suite within a year, then they can terminate the contract, the extended maintenance contract, by end of September, and then it will expire at the end of the year, and it can be on an annual basis. What is also important, of course, if a customer chooses extended maintenance, they need to start from January 1st, 2028. Customers cannot opt in to start with extended maintenance starting January 1st, 2029 or during the year 2028. Start date always needs to be January 1st, 2028. So regarding the pricing is 2 percentage points on the maintenance base of all Business Suite 7 core applications and add-ons within the customer landscape that a customer is still using. I come to a little bit more details later in the presentation, because this is just a simple example how it works. So to give you a little bit an idea what this 2 percentage point means, if a customer, let's say, is on enterprise support, and let's say the maintenance base is 1 million, then the 22% of enterprise support would mean 220. So if a customer is now adding the extended maintenance, there would be 2 percentage points added. So as it's not the same contract, it's an addendum, we add the 2% in a separate contract, but at the end, the total would be 24%. So if it's 1 million, it would be 220 with for enterprise support. For the extension, it would mean additional 20K. So all summing up into 240K. So it's roughly 10% relative uplift, then from 200 to 220 to 240. So what's also included or what's excluded, we also include the third-party add-ons, because the third-party provider, when customers have purchased the software via SAP price list, they also need to follow our maintenance strategy. So the third-party products and add-ons also should be available for extended maintenance. However, there might be some technical restrictions we cannot influence, where we have no control about them. Then, of course, if it's technically not possible for one or the other reason, we would, of course, not be able to deliver extended maintenance. But on the other side, if we don't deliver extended maintenance for a specific product, then we also would not charge for it, of course. That is the case for the databases, for instance, because databases are out of scope for the extended maintenance. Because database, non-SAP databases, or in general, our operating systems, they have their own maintenance cycle. And if a customer has purchased the runtime database via SAP, then it's part of the maintenance payment. However, if customers chooses extended maintenance, the database will be excluded, because again, databases have their own maintenance strategy. So as an example, if the non-SAP database, the specific release is under the mainstream maintenance of this database provider, then it's fine, it's not an issue. It will still be delivered with no uplift. If the database provider would also turn a specific release into an extended maintenance, and if they would offer extended maintenance, then there would be a separate contract that is defined by the third-party database provider. We would only be the kind of a reseller of this extended maintenance if it would be offered. Conversions, and I come to that in one of my next slides. We have a couple of customers that have already converted their Business Suite contract to an S/4HANA contract. But with the conversion, they still have the use rights for the Business Suite. We are so-called term licenses. And also here, these customers can also apply for extended maintenance for their still remaining Business Suite landscape. And how it works and what will be considered, I come up with one of my next slides. And again, cloud specifics, I mentioned it briefly before. If a customer has moved the ERP system into a private cloud or a private edition into a cloud environment, then the extended maintenance is automatically included in the subscription fee. There is nothing to do from a customer side. It automatically turns into customer specific, into extended maintenance beginning of 2028 until 2030. Okay, and again, that's why I mentioned it before. And the compatibility packs for S/4HANA, the extended maintenance does not change existing compatibility scope or package use rights. So there's no impact for the compatibility packs if customers are choosing extended maintenance. So on the right-hand side, there are is a little bit text. This text are links. There are a couple of further information about SAP release and maintenance strategy. There's also the so-called product availability metrics, and this is an important link you should know about. I mean, I think most customers already know about the PAM. If you would like to know if one or the other product you are running, one solution, will be available under extended maintenance, or if extended maintenance will be available for this product, then with the product availability metrics, customers can just type in the name of the solution with the respective release number, and then you will get the information if this product will be covered by extended maintenance, if not, and if not, if there is a successor product or a higher release that would automatically turn this older release that would turn into customer-specific maintenance into a higher level of support, mainly maintenance, mainstream maintenance. So PAM, or product availability metrics, is the go-to link if you would like to see, if you would like to know if one or the other product you're running will be covered by extended maintenance or not. Okay, this is just to summarize what I was talking about, the commercials. These are the pricing tags I was talking about. Again, if the product is covered by enhancement pack 6 to 8, the support fee still, or mainstream maintenance is still committed until 2027 with a regular support fee. And this is an example for enterprise support. If customer would choose extended maintenance, there would be a separate contract. It's kind of an addendum to the existing one, and this would mean additional 2 percentage points. If a product or if a customer has a lower enhancement pack, mainly 0 to 5, then the system would stay the same fee with restricted coverage, of course, but still covered by customer-specific maintenance, and that goes also beyond 2025, but no mainstream maintenance anymore. This will end by the end of this year for customers with AHPs 0 to 5. Okay, I was just talking about that we have different scenarios where customers might be in or might be on when they would like to select extended maintenance, and these are the 4 scenarios I would like to talk now. First of all, very easy, if a customer's entire landscape is on RISE or ERP Private Cloud Edition, so-called lift and shift, the old ERP on-prem system has been transferred or moved to an SAP and Cloud environment, then the extended maintenance is automatically included until end of 2030. Also to end of 2030, usually the ERP PCE contracts are running out. There's no ERP PCE contract that goes beyond that date. But extended maintenance is included. The other scenario is quite easy, straightforward scenario is if a customer's entire landscape is still on Business Suite. So they have not done a contract conversion or product conversion. They're still plain ERP customers. So then here customers can opt in for an addendum for the extended maintenance. And for all the eligible products where we offer extended maintenance, I mentioned before, we exclude, for instance, the database share. But for the extended maintenance eligible products, there will be this will be the maintenance base, and on top of that, we add the 2 percentage points. If a customer has no ERP contract anymore because they have done a so-called contract conversion, also these customers, because of the contract conversion, they still have the term use rights for the business suite they are coming from, because they don't make the transformation from one day to the next. It takes some time, and then they melt down the ERP usage and they increase and hence the usage of S/4HANA. And based on the real usage of the old ERP system, so if they still, let's say, use 50% of the old ERP system they had once contracted, but the contract doesn't exist because of a contract conversion anymore, we will look at the old contract situation. We will also need information from the customer. What is the customer still using in the old environment, in the ERP environment? So it can be done via or the customer can run an audit by themselves. They can just let us know what are the engines they are still using, what are the users that are still using the old or the ERP environment. And based on that, we talk about the classic licenses. Then we would consider this amount of licenses, users, engines that are still in use as the foundation, as the maintenance base to calculate the extended maintenance. And it's important that that's also true for the entire business suite landscape, that that customers can only choose for the entire landscape of business suite they are still using. They cannot just select one system and select this system for extended maintenance and have another one still productive, for which they would not choose extended maintenance, but customer specific. This is not possible. It's all or nothing. So once they would like to have one system covered under extended maintenance, all the other systems, be ERP or business suite systems that are still running productively, have to be covered by extended maintenance. The good thing is with the contract conversion, and then we have also the other option that customers have still an ERP contract, but have done so-called product conversions. They have signed this enterprise agreement where they were eligible to also use HANA solutions, and these customers are doing or melting down the ERP environment step by step via so-called product conversions. And if they have converted a solution from ERP to S/4HANA, and if they are not using this in the ERP environment anymore, then also here customers do not have to pay the extended maintenance or the uplift for the extended maintenance. However, for all the other solutions and users and so forth they have in use, they also have to pay the extended maintenance. So these are the 4 scenarios. Either the customer is in the cloud, then it's included in the subscription fee. If a customer is purely on business suite, the entire business suite landscape will be considered, minus database share, and one or the other technical third-party product that is technically not possible, but as it looks right now, almost all of the third-party products will be covered. So to make it simple, maintenance base minus database share, if it's a runtime database, third-party, and then this would be the maintenance base for the 2 percentage points. Contract conversion and product conversion means if a product has already completely been converted to S/4HANA and is not in use in ERP anymore, then it will not be considered for the extended maintenance calculation. So if a customer is moving fast away from ERP towards RISE or S/4HANA, and is reducing the footprint in the old classic ERP landscape, then they can also reduce the payment for the extended maintenance. So what I was just talking about, I have just made some graphics to make it a little bit simpler to understand. Again, this is pure RISE environment, private edition or even private edition tailored option. There is no additional fee. Extended maintenance is already included. If a customer's entire landscape is on Business Suite, again, we take the contract licenses over time. It's quite the maintenance base as it is today. We exclude the runtime database share. We would exclude non-extended maintenance SKUs, so SKUs for which we do not offer extended maintenance, which might be one or the other. As I said, we don't talk about significant numbers, and we also maybe do not know all the details yet, because for some technical reasons, there might be one or the other product that could not be covered. But you can get all the information, as I said before, in our product availability matrix. Here you can see if a product would be covered or not. If it's not foreseen for extended maintenance, then it would not be calculated. For the rest of the SKUs, mainly the 700 something SKUs, because these are the ERP SKUs, would be considered as the maintenance base to calculate this 2 percentage point uplift. If the customer has done a contract conversion, as I said, then the old ERP contract does not exist anymore. It's void, but the customers have a so-called S/4HANA contract with Business Suite term licenses. So term licenses mean the customer is eligible or allowed to use the Business Suite licenses until they have done the transformation from ERP to S/4HANA. So what this classic licenses, customer might need the extended maintenance, and then we would consider only the Business Suite term licenses for which the customer is still in use. Classic SKUs or term licenses which are not used anymore will be excluded from the calculation, but for all the other SKUs or term licenses the customer still has in use, Business Suite licenses, then these licenses would be considered for the calculation of the extended maintenance. From a process point of view, we have not finalized the process, how to order it, for instance, so it will mainly be via SAP for me, that customers can order via SAP for me. How do we know what customers are using or still have in use? Of course, that's what I meant before. The customer should run an audit, because there are tools available where customer can run an audit, and based on this information, where we trust our customers that we get the right information, we will then create the addendum for the extended maintenance. By the way, we also will include in our contract, of course, that we, SAP, would still have the right to run audits if we would need to get a little bit more details about the environment. But mainly or in the most of the cases, it will be that customers provide us the information one or the other way. And that based on that, what customers are still using, we will then calculate the extended maintenance. So then there's also the product conversion. That is when the customer still owns or holds the business suite contract, but has also signed an enterprise management agreement. And with this agreement, the customers were eligible also to use S/4HANA products. And also here, customers then can do a conversion step by step. And also in this case, converted ERP products that are not in use anymore. So if they still use it in parallel, then they, of course, customers have to pay for. But if an ERP SKU has been even terminated via the extension policy, or that has been converted one or the other way, if they are not used anymore, then of course we do not calculate the extended maintenance for those solutions anymore. Okay. So that was about the calculation, and this brings me to my final slides, because when we talk about extended maintenance, we also need to talk about the solution manager or the SAP Application Lifecycle Management Platform. As you know, SAP Solution Manager is running out of maintenance, and we have a successor product that is Cloud Application Lifecycle Management. And for the solution manager, we have also specific timelines. This is just to complete this presentation today to make you aware of that also solution manager is impacted. For the solution manager operation function, the end of mainstream maintenance will also be 2027. For the operations part, we do not offer extended maintenance, only customer-specific maintenance. For the implementation and IT service management, for the ITSM, we also offer so-called extended maintenance. And that's quite simple. If a customer signs an extended maintenance contract for the business suite, then it automatically includes also extended maintenance for the solution manager. As you know, solution manager is not an own product. It's part of the maintenance contract. And because it's part of the maintenance contract, if customers sign an extended maintenance contract with SAP for the ERP solution, they automatically also get extended maintenance. The additional product available that is so-called focused run. This is a service engagement that comes with a special price tag. This is not impacted by that. And of course, then we would like our customers to move to the Cloud ALM. And also here, if customers are moving to Cloud ALM, they would cover it by the maintenance, which is part of Cloud ALM. What is also important to mention, end of maintenance or mainstream maintenance does not mean that customers are not eligible to use the solution manager anymore. The use right is still part of a contract. If a customer has an S/4HANA contract with no extended maintenance, for instance, then they still have, of course, the option to use the solution manager. However, we do not provide maintenance, mainstream maintenance anymore, but still customer-specific maintenance. That means if there's an issue with the solution manager, customers still can create a ticket, and they will also get supported based on the conditions we provide for customer-specific maintenance. As a solution manager does not require tax updates and legal changes and so forth, it might be not that critical compared to an ERP system that maybe is running an HCM or a payroll, where customer or the solution always needs tax and the legal changes year over year. But with the solution manager, that is certainly not the case. So customer-specific maintenance might also be an option. This is just to summarize solution manager scenarios. There are also two notes available for the extended maintenance for the solution manager. One, again, regarding extended maintenance in general. And there's also a link to the note that is talking mainly about the solution manager in general. And as you can see here, if it's in the cloud environment, also extended maintenance is automatically included for the solution manager. And Business Suite, if a customer has signs and contract, an extended maintenance contract, then it would also be possible to cover the solution manager with extended maintenance. And that brings me to my last slide. I've just put 3 mythbusters together. It's important, I think, to know. So extended maintenance is a standard offering for all SAP solutions. No, that is not the case. It's only an offering for the Business Suite 7 solutions and only for the latest 3 enhancement packs. And again, this is the note where you can get all the details about this situation. Customer wants to apply the extended maintenance for only one system. Again, also here, this is not possible here. All or nothing principle applies. If customer would like to have a system covered by extended maintenance, all available productive systems need to be covered by extended maintenance. Mainly, of course, focusing on the Business Suite. If they have also part of S/4HANA releases, of course, then the S/4HANA release, they are not considered. They don't have to be covered because they are on their separate maintenance strategy and separate maintenance status. If a customer has signed a RISE deal, extended maintenance is included in the entire IT landscape. This is also not true. If a customer has signed a RISE deal or an ERP private edition, then the extended maintenance is only available for the solution that is covered by RISE. Okay, these are 3 of the mythbusters. There might be some more out there, but this, I think, are the most important ones you should know. And then we still have a couple of minutes left where we can open for Q&A.
Okay, thank you, Christian. Let me have a look at the questions. Some were already answered by Thilo. So I'm just going through. What about the 5th scenario, utilizing third-party vendor support?
Yeah, I guess this was a question, and I answered that he please get in contact with a local AE to discuss this in detail, because this person wrote a lot of questions and very special questions, and it will be better that he will discuss this with his local sales colleague.
Third-party products, and as I said, the third-party vendor that we are the reseller for the product, they have to follow our maintenance strategy, and then they also should or must offer extended maintenance if purchased via the SAP price list, and then it should also be covered via extended maintenance if it's a product that is related to the Business Suite, of course. And again, also these products are listed in the product availability matrix, where the customers can see what the current status is, what will be the successor product, and how long the mainstream maintenance lasts. If extended maintenance is available, this will also be documented in the product availability matrix.
Okay, and we have questions regarding SRM. SRM is on-premise solution which will be connected to S4 PCE. The goal is to go live by 2027 for ERP 6 on S4 PC. Only use SRM on-premise, also connected to S4HANA. Then do we have to pay SRM on-premise maintenance, or is it part of the S4 PCE subscription?
If it's still on-prem and it's not included in the subscription, then they need a separate contract, and all the users that are accessing the SRM system, if it's on-prem, right, and everything that is licensed and that is used under in this on-prem landscape needs to be covered by extended maintenance in addition. Or everything that is in the cloud already is automatically included, or there is no additional fee. But everything that is still in an on-prem world and is an ERP or ECC product for which we offer extended maintenance needs to be covered. If customer opt in for extended maintenance, of course, they can also run the ERP or the RISE environment that is covered by extended maintenance. And if they have kind of sidecar like SRM that is connected somehow to another system, and if they would like to have this not covered by extended maintenance, then they can choose customer-specific maintenance. However, if they have another system that they would like to have under extended maintenance, also then the SRM system must be under extended maintenance, because we look on the on-prem world, and here we distinguish between S4 and ERP or Business Suite, and everything that is Business Suite. And if one part should be covered by extended maintenance, the entire Business Suite needs to be covered. So it's not impacting the S4HANA part and not impacting the cloud part, because these are separate solutions, different deployments with different maintenance strategies and timelines.
Okay. Another question: what happens to old BW systems after a contract conversion?
Also here, if the contract conversion happens, as for contract conversion, there's still the use right, the term licenses for the ERP system. And also here, if customers need extended maintenance, and if they still run BW on the ERP world, and if they need extended maintenance, then they can also choose for the extended maintenance for the BW. It's covered by this is part of the
so-called double usage rights the customer has.
Yeah. So NetWeaver 7.5 and so forth. This is all covered by extended maintenance if customers are choosing it. And in terms of contract conversion, customers that have done this contract conversion, they have the term use right, it's not a double use right, it's a term use right. So with the S4 contract, it can use the old ERP users and also the entrants until they have transformed or have finalized their transformation. This is how what the contract conversion contract says.
All right. I have another comment, still not clear. Okay, for you, for participant today, something is still not clear. If that person might write a question, what is not yet clear, I would be thankful. Okay, then we have another question in another chat. So let's say that customer is paying 18.9% as maintenance fee on our total maintenance base today in 2025. Then in 2028, it will be 2 percentage points on maintenance base, and then customer needs to pay whatever will be the maintenance fee with CPI increase by 2028, or is it 24 on maintenance base?
So,
I have a bit of a
it's interesting, because actually what we do not look at the maintenance percentage of the main contract, because as you know, it will increase. It can start with 19, 22%, depending on what customer has, and then there's the CPI increase, the annual, and there's over here there are different percentage points at the end what customers have to pay for, and the maintenance base multiplied by the percentage equals the maintenance fee they have to pay for. For the extended maintenance, we look only at the maintenance base. I mean, prerequisite is that there is a main contract available, but we don't look if it's 19%, 20%, whatsoever. We look at the maintenance base. And as I said, the maintenance base reduced by the database share, the third-party database share, because it's not considered for the calculation, and maybe one or the other product that is not available for extended maintenance. So, but for the residual licenses, they constitute the maintenance base on which we calculate the 2 percentage points. So that's quite, yeah, that's what is, let's say there's a maintenance base of 1 million. And again, if it's 20% maintenance fee, then they would have to pay 200K, right? Over the next year, there might be a CPI increase. Not sure if it goes up to whatsoever. It's more than the 20%, then it's also more than 200K they have to pay for. If the licenses do not change, let's say this 200K or this 1 million exclude already the database share, then we would just charge 2 percentage point on this 1 million. So 20K on this 1 million. We do not consider a CPI increase, something like that. Also important, the extended maintenance does not underlie the annual CPI increase. It's not included in the main contract. It's an addendum to the existing contract. The existing maintenance contract is required. Without the main, customer cannot just choose extended maintenance without an underlying main contract. But if they have a maintenance contract, they can opt in for an extension, more or less. It's an addendum to the existing contract. And this addendum just is always 2 percentage points based on the to be calculated maintenance base, independent from the fee or the percentage what customers are paying for the core contract. If it's 19, 22, 20.5, whatsoever, what will be applicable then in 2028.
Okay, thank you, Christian. We are already a bit over time. A lot of questions in this webinar. So thanks to all participants who participated and showed so much interest in that topic. Thank you, Christian, and thank you also Thilo, for having you today and for giving this very insightful session. I would stop the recording now.